guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video I have a full face of drugstore, or nearly full face anyway, and primarily it's going to be the Hard Candy and Girl Scouts collaboration. So normally I would kind of go through all the pieces I'm about to put on my face, but I'll just tell you that I pretty much bought everything except for there was a bag, like a cosmetics bag, that they added to the website after I placed my order. I don't know if that was originally going to be PR or just kind of part of some sets that they were putting up on Walmart. But anyway, that was added later. So one quick note I did want to make. So this video is going up a little bit later than I wanted it to, and that's partly because I haven't had the time or inclination really to film. But I did want to mention just on the customer service front that I did order from the Hard Candy website, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that unless you can't find what you want at Walmart, which I think is the only other retailer, because it was a bit of a frustrating experience. So just letting you know, like I placed my order on February 26th, which was I think a Monday, and I think it was the day that the collection launched. And I did get an email that had like a view order status button, but when I clicked on that button I got a page can be found error. So that wasn't great, and there's no way to create an account on their website, and there's no like customer service contact information that I could find. So I think they just have kind of like a basic Shopify type system, and I don't think it's really built up well for the consumer. So I placed my order on February 26th, like I mentioned. I think I just got a basic confirmation email. March 4th, I hadn't heard anything regarding shipping, so I DM'd them on Instagram, never received a response. March 5th, I replied to the order confirmation email, which I was able to do. March 6th, I got an email that just said, I'm checking this to our warehouse and we'll get back to you shortly. So not quite perfect English. And March 8th, I just got a how would you rate the help Lewis gave you, and I never got any kind of response. But then on March 8th, I did also get a separate email that said the shipment was on the way, but there was no tracking number. And finally, on March 12th, I got an email saying the shipment was out for delivery, and that email saying it was already out for delivery did have a FedEx tracking number and like a track my shipment button. So I don't know when my order, if it would have shipped, when it would have shipped, if I hadn't reached out to them, but it was a bit of a frustrating experience. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of make you guys aware of that. It was doubly frustrating when I was following them on Instagram and they kept reposting all the PR packages that were going out and people were receiving. So I spent my hard-earned money on this, and I'll let you know my thoughts so you can judge for yourself whether it's worth it. I think this is stocked in store at some Walmarts. I didn't see it at my local Walmart, but my Walmart doesn't tend to get a lot of the better collections and that kind of thing. So I remember when the Profusion and Jurassic Park collection launched, I had to drive out a ways to actually find it in store. So I just wanted to let you know that's my kind of energy coming into this video. So I do have a headband on, but they do have a couple of headbands with this collection. I'm not sure that these will fit, to be honest, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so one has this kind of standard Girl Scouts trefoil shape, I think it is. And I was a Girl Scout many moons ago, and I did film a video reviewing the Hip Dot Girl Scout collection that came out around this time last year, I think. So let's see. Looks like it could fit. With a collection like this, it's kind of like, were they going for adults with the nostalgia factor, or are they trying to market towards kids? They do have some bundles, so this actually does fit pretty well. It's good. Looks a little silly, you know, it has kind of that coal miner type look to it with that. But yeah, they do have some, and this I can just kind of tuck in there and push out, so it's easy enough to kind of get in and out there. Yeah, they do have some bundles on their website, so you can, in theory, like if you were buying for a group of Girl Scouts, this does have some elastic to it. It'd be, I don't know, it'd be nice almost if these were Velcro, because then you could, are they Velcro? I don't think so. You could remove them to wash. I'm debating how silly I want to look for the rest of this video. But yeah, it does fit my, I guess, pretty normal adult-sized head. I don't think it has any kind of washing instructions. It just says, made to be extra plush. These headbands help keep hair dry and shield it from frizz while you get ready. Each headband stretches for a comfortable fit across all head sizes and hair types. So it's cute. I think this could probably work for like a younger Girl Scout if you were so inclined. Okay, and each of these headbands was $10, I believe. Okay, so next up I'm going to put some lip oil on. So there are 3 different lip oils, and these each retail for $8. The nails I'm wearing, by the way, are also from this collection, so I'll mention that as we get to it. One thing I just noticed about these is that they do have kind of a little cutout on the packaging, which is kind of cute. So you can see that's 3-dimensional. So this one is the Trefoils. This one is the Coconut Caramel or Samoa. And then this one I think is the Thin Mint. So I was thinking I would maybe do kind of more of a green inspired look. I kind of wanted to get this video up either for St. Patrick's Day, before St. Patrick's Day, or to film it on St. Patrick's Day, but we're a little bit past that now. But anyway, this is the component, and it has a nice plush applicator. Okay, it has like a sweet chocolate mint. I'd say it's definitely on the thinner side for an oil. I don't know that this one has, it doesn't look like there's much in there. The doe foot takes up a lot of space. I don't know that there's any peppermint oil in here, which is usually one of my complaints. Yeah, so I don't mind that. I was expecting this to kind of be my least favorite, but it says lip repair oil restores hydration and delivers next level shine. Yeah, it's pretty shiny. Yeah, so I don't think any of these are really colored. So again, I'm trying to, I guess, give my reviews with the idea of who is this for, who would you be buying for, who's it best for. In terms of like cosmetics items, I think this would be another good choice for a younger Girl Scout. So this is the Trefoil, same packaging, but it has a slight blue look to it. These are a little bit difficult to get out, and it has just kind of a light sweet scent. I don't think any of these are going to be too strongly scented or too objectionable. And I'll just mention the Coconut Caramel. I think it's Coconut Caramel Delights. The reason why some troops or some areas of the country they're called Coconut Caramel Delights and some are Samoas is because I think there are 2 different bakeries that the Girl Scouts contract with. And so depending on which bakery your region or council uses, the name will change. Yeah, I'm trying to not pull it out too quickly because I don't want to splatter it everywhere, but as far as like using it, again, I'm trying to think of all the use cases. That's, I think, slightly irritating. I don't know that we needed such a big doe foot. Yeah, again, I think these all kind of smell the same, more or less, so if you just wanted to pick up one, I don't think you're really missing out, other than like the cute packaging and that kind of thing. So that is the lip oil. I might apply one of the other ones as we go along here because I tend to reapply a lip oil as needed. So those are the first 2 items, and my eyebrows got kind of messed up here. So I think I'm going to do my eyeshadow next. So I'm going to start off with the Ulta Beauty Under Eye Patches, which I think have been discontinued, which is unfortunate. but these help to prevent fallout, or at least to catch it. Like I said, they have this kind of like fabric-y texture that I really like. Okay, for eye primer, I'm going to use the one from Ulta. Like I said, I am going to try to keep it as drugstore friendly as possible. Not all of the brands may be sold at Walmart necessarily, but I think sometimes you get a better shopping experience at Ulta anyway. So, and I will say, just as we go along, these nails, I'll give you more thoughts as we get to them, but they're not overly long. So I do appreciate that, because sometimes having super long fake nails, you just kind of feel like you can't do anything. Okay, so for the shadow palettes, and I will say that once the package had arrived, everything was very well packaged and wrapped well. So I didn't have any issues with anything breaking. So that was a plus, and there were some like foam pieces and bubble wrap, so no complaints there. Okay, so there are 3 different eyeshadow palettes, and they all kind of look like this. So this is the Caramel Queen shadow palette, and there is just a little bit of tape there. I know that Emily Noel filmed with this palette, so if you'd like to see this one in action, you can go check out her channel. But that is what they look like. I think they're basically supposed to be round. Oh, there's more tape. Round like a cookie. So for storage purposes, not my favorite. I think this bit here is cute. It just says and she can, and she can, and she can. Very kind of basic neutral color story with some pops of purple. It doesn't have any shade names, which I always find to be a wasted opportunity. And okay, so 3 of the shades, you can see the ones with the asterisk, I think all of the purple shades essentially. It says not intended for use in the immediate eye area. I know we've all heard that before, so just use at your discretion. But yeah, we'll see how the shadows performed, but I think packaging wise, I kind of do prefer the overall look of the Hip Dot palettes, because they were shaped like the boxes, the Girl Scout cookie boxes. So you still could call back to like the cookie packaging without it being kind of this more obnoxious circle shape. And I understand that Hard Candy maybe wanted to do something different, but I think that was my preferred packaging style. So this is the Buttery Bestie, and this one you also get some neutrals, but with basically 3 blues. And these ones, they don't have that disclaimer. So if that was a concern to you, but yeah, there's a lot of wasted space here as well. I don't know if they could have maybe made square pans, and I don't know. This bit here is also not super sturdy. So just be aware of that, like depending on how you store it, how you want to travel with it, that kind of thing. And then finally, I think the one that I'll try today is the Mint Explorer shadow palette. So this one is pretty neutral. Again, 2, possibly 3 shades. You have that pop of green. And can I hold them up all at the same time? This might be a challenge. All right, so there they are, all basically in the same frame. Okay, there we go. I feel like I'm juggling. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a tremendous amount of difference between the neutrals. So again, this is a situation where you can probably just pick one up. This mint one, it looks like 2 of the neutrals, 3 actually. I think these 2 and that one, possibly this shade right here. Those are all not intended for use in the immediate eye area, so I really don't know why that would be, but we'll go with it. So they don't have, in this particular palette, a nice cream shade. So I think for that, I think my primer has kind of set down now, so I might just kind of go ahead and apply some shadow. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this matte shade here. It would be nice to have a mirror, but I understand that, you know, that can kind of increase costs and that kind of thing. So my brushes are not drugstore. I apologize, but you know, I have what I have. If you do want some more kind of budget-friendly brushes, you know, for a super young girl, well, you probably don't want to encourage eyeshadow necessarily anyway, but say you're wanting to buy like an initial brush set for a teenager, that kind of thing. You want them to have something that is maybe good quality, but it's not breaking the bank. These ones that I'm using right now are from Sonia G. But if you want some good, go into this dark shade here, I think. This is a mini booster. If you want like decent quality brushes, I would encourage you to look at Rephr, which most of their brushes are natural hair and made in Japan. So really good quality, but they do run some pretty good sales. Taking that, what is this, classic crease, and just blending. So they do run sales pretty often, and they do have something called the concept store, which basically means that they offer brushes at half price, and they just ask that you give feedback on your experience with them. So Rephr is great. You know, I use a lot of Rephr brushes as well. I have some I'll probably reach for. Or BK for some face brushes. I have some other new brushes I'll probably reach for in a minute. But yeah, Rephr and BK are good to look for. At the drugstore, I think Real Techniques makes some good options, especially for kind of complexion base brushes, that kind of thing. So I think that's the deepest shade in the palette, and I wasn't trying to go too hard with it, but I did find that I could use it well enough on my complexion. So this is a Rephr 28, and I like to, I'm just cleaning it with the Sigma Switch. So I like to use this for shimmers primarily. Let me just swatch these three green. So that is definitely a glitter. I think I might have to go find a glitter glue. All right, so I'm gonna go in with that deeper kind of mid-tone green shimmer, I would say. And I'm just applying that to the outer half, really, half to third. And this is a dry brush. Not bad. I haven't really tried any hard candy eyeshadow, so I don't have anything to compare it to, really. Again, if you want to hear more about their purple offerings, I know Emily Noel talked about a different hard candy purple palette that she recommended. So I'm going to flip my brush and go into the lighter green, almost has kind of an iridescence to it, and focus that kind of on the inner corner and kind of bring it up. It's pretty. I think this really is more, I think, of a highlight shade. So I'm not sure whether I will kind of be able to get, yeah, it's pretty light. I'm gonna go back in with that other green and just try to get a little bit more kind of color coverage all over the lid. I might add a bit of a deeper outer corner as well. Okay, so I think this one is actually kind of a deep green. Now that I swatch it, that one felt really kind of nice and buttery. Okay, so I think those are all the deeper kind of shimmer shades. So I'm gonna take that same brush and go into that kind of murky green that I showed you. Just like a little bit of depth and dimension on the outer corner. So I am seeing a little bit of fallout, but nothing kind of terrible. So I did have kind of low expectations, but kind of impressed. Okay, so taking my kind of crease blender just to, again, make sure everything is nice and blended. All right, so time for the fun part. So I think, let's see. Yeah, I have the NYX glitter glue, and I haven't used this all that much, so hopefully I don't ruin what I've done here. I'm just going to put a little bit like right in the center. All right, and then again, just taking my finger and going into the glitter. Ooh, that might be too much. All right, so we'll see how we do. If you want to, I guess, get your green makeup ready for the Wicked movie. I think this is slipping a little bit. You might want to pick this one up. You know, I probably wouldn't pick this one up just for the glitter. And, you know, if I weren't doing this kind of for the sake of the video, I probably would have. I mean, not that green eyeshadow is like neutral or natural looking, but yeah, I wouldn't say glitter is my kind of MO. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting into that inner corner with these nails. So I'm going to use this Rephr 21. See if I can get a little bit. So what I'm trying to say is glitter's fun, but it's not something I'm probably going to use all that often. And do I want to try some liner? I have this Lottie Wing Woman, which I think is a drugstore brand. I just want to see if I can get a little bit of definition. If I wanted that kind of glittery look, I would probably either use like a liquid formula, like the Stila or e.l.f., or something like the Urban Decay Moon Dust, or Moira, I think, has kind of a comparable type product. I think this liner is kind of on its way out, which is really just as well. Okay, so like I said, it's fun. And I did get some kind of underneath my eyes. I'm going to take just some micellar water just to kind of clean that up a little bit. I'm not overly concerned if there's some fallout, but try to, I guess, have the concealer and everything go on as normally as possible. I'm gonna have green glitter for days. Okay, so yeah, so I guess use at your own risk, really. So that is it for now for the eyeshadow. Okay, so I think what I want to do, go ahead and apply the mascara, and this is, I think, one of my few kind of non-drugstore items, if not the only one. I think this is going to be the kind of look that could really benefit from some lashes. So now that we have something on the lashes, going on to the face. So this is a product I was kind of confused by when I just saw it on the website. This is the Girl Scout Refresh Mint Canvas Primer. You get 1 fluid ounce, which, again, it seems a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. And this retails for about $9.98. Oh. I just realized I forgot to use the mascara. I guess I can use that on the bottom lashes. I have it all laid out here in my notes, but I just completely forgot. Okay, so this is the Girl Scout Cookie Batter Indulgent Volumizing Mascara in dark chocolate. So I'll have to remember to come back to this, but anyway. So talking about the primer, so they say need a cooling refresher. The Thin Mints inspired Refreshment Canvas Primer is all you need. Its Choco Mint Complex with skin-loving ingredients will give you a refreshing cooling sensation to keep your skin's barrier prepped and protected. They say apply primer directly onto the skin with the frozen chill tip applicator. This minty color shifts to a glow as it's blended into the skin. Follow it with makeup as desired. So the thing that really kind of confused me about this is it has this type of applicator, which normally you see for products underneath the eyes. And usually there's like a little thing that you press down on to dispense. So I don't know that I've really seen a product meant for kind of all over face application. That's what it looks like. Okay. I don't know if this is meant to do any kind of color correcting. I mean, it does feel good. I just don't know, like you're not going to apply this all over the face. Okay, so it's pretty thin. Oh, okay. I think it's changing color. It must have some like micro beads of pigment or something in there, kind of like the what is it? The tiger grass cream, whatever that's called. Interesting. Okay, so it might, if I'd known that, I might have gone with a little less. It might be a tad tan for my complexion, at least if it's not kind of totally sheared out. I think it smells really. If it does, it's faint. I'm sure there's some fragrance in it. I mean, it kind of feels nice. It does feel like it will be a good primer in texture. It's just, I guess, the color that I'm not totally on board with. If you have more of a light medium complexion, you might be able to get away with this just as kind of a really light, like all over complexion product, just to kind of even out some redness and that kind of thing. But for my fair skin, I think it's a little bit too much. So the green tint maybe had promise as a kind of color corrector, but, and I'm not sure what foundation I'm going to use. I have the new CoverGirl one, but I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and try it anyway. So I think I did try to be a little bit more sparing, and you can see like right here there's maybe more kind of rosacea. And I think, what does this have in it? Oh, helps if I look at the right product, doesn't it? I was looking at the mascara. Okay, so it has water, dimethicone. Yeah, it does have niacinamide. And it looks like alcohol. So probably not the best in terms of my skincare preferences anyway. And I do have dry skin, and I am 38. I'll be 39 next month. But I mean, it doesn't immediately feel bad. It feels like it's giving me kind of a soft matte or natural finish. So again, like if you have the right skin tone for it, I can see a teenager wearing this, especially without putting anything extra on. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a moment, and I have the e.l.f. Wow Brow in taupe. So just something nice and easy. Alright, I'm going to go for this just because I'm curious. So this is the Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, and I have it in the shade, I think the lightest shade, Fair 10 maybe? Okay, so let's see how this does. And we all know kind of how this comes out. This might actually be a little bit too watery. We can try it. Yeah, I don't think this is really going to do much on top of this. It's really probably better, I don't know. I'm trying to tap it on. I'm not sure this looks good on top of that other product. Yeah, I don't think these products agree well with each other. Okay, scratch that. Totally forgot about this. I'm going to use the Revlon Skin Caring Foundation in, what shade are you? 109? So I just wanted something I was pretty confident in to hopefully bring us back from the brink here. So yeah, I was thinking about trying to keep it on the lighter side. I mean, this is still kind of a lighter foundation. Just completely forgot to grab it. Okay. All right, so aside from the neck, I think we're pretty normal skin tone again. So for concealer, I never put corrector on. I'm all kind of discombobulated, you guys. I'm gonna try the Flower Beauty one. I've heard good things, but I haven't personally tried this out. Maybe because that primer was a little bit on the peachier side. I felt like it was kind of doing some correction already. And this is in the shade Porcelain. So just taking my BK A506, and I like to just kind of spread that out a tad, and then I'll use my sponge. This one is a beauty blender, but I've heard good things about the Shop Masse Pawpaw sponge on Amazon. Really need to get some color back into the face. Okay, so now that I've been sipping on my cherry juice and seltzer, I'm gonna try this trefoil lip oil. Yeah, it just, again, kind of is faintly sweet. Again, very thin, kind of oily texture. Okay, so I think we have some liquid highlighter in this collection, but we don't have any other kind of complexion products, which is interesting. I do really like these powder puffs that they came out with. I think these are really cute. So they come in a pack of 2, and these retail for $7. So not bad. And they have a little thing for you to put your fingers through, and then I was kind of thinking, like, they do have that kind of point that is really trendy in like powder puffs these days. And so you can kind of make it into that shape by holding it that way. And so it's a bit of an unusual shape, but I think it's still pretty functional for a lot of people. So I'm going to use, I don't think I have a drugstore loose powder, so I'm gonna use this one from Fluorosis. You can get this on Amazon, and I'm not normally like a puff and powder kind of girl, but let's see. I think that concealer actually is looking really nice without setting it, but I'm just gonna take this, and this has this kind of mesh to it, so it's not super loose in here where I'm gonna pick up a lot, which suits me. So this is more just to demonstrate. I do actually like that concealer. And granted, I did use those eye masks, which can help a lot. So, and I feel like I'm not overly shiny right now. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly, looks like I am getting a little bit of settling into my forehead line. So these are cute. I mean, again, whether they're a good buy for someone else, I mean, maybe if you have younger, more oily skin, I feel like I'm looking quite dry right now, but yeah, these are really cute idea to do this. Okay, so for blush and bronzer, I think what I want to do for bronzer, so I picked up 4 of the new NYX Buttermelt, the 4 lightest shades, and this was a journey to get these in my hands. I originally ordered all 4 from Target. All 4 came broken. I think they were pretty much just shipped by themselves in a box with maybe some paper. I don't remember. Yeah, I returned all of those, and then I ordered the same 4 from Ulta, and those were shipped with, again, some other items in a box. 2 were broken, so I reached out to customer service, and they reshipped the 2 that were broken. So those finally came today. And miraculously, they were shipped in just one of those bubble mailers, but they arrived intact. So I'm going to use the lightest shade that I picked up, Buttercup. I do like that it does tell you on the back here, like this one is light neutral. You can see there right underneath the name. So this one is light neutral. This one, for example, is light medium neutral. That is Deserve Butter. And then we have Butter Biscuit is medium golden, and All Buttered Up is light medium warm. So I definitely have a thing for rosy bronzers. So when I saw these launch, they're not as rosy in person. And this one, I know packaging wise, it costs more to put mirrors and stuff in packaging, but for a bronzer, it would have been nice maybe to have a mirror. I did also pick up the brush, just because I thought it was really cute and I don't know, looked like it could be good. So I'm just gonna go into the product. That might be too much. So I think these do have a bit of radiance in them. It's almost too much, I think. Like a toasted cookie. But yeah, I've seen some reviews on these and people say they're really like blendable. I think I maybe just went in a tad too hard. I've mentioned in several videos that I really like the Rougher 22 brush for bronzer, but it's been shedding on me, so I'm kind of looking for a replacement, possibly. Yeah, we're gonna have to even me out here. I like it on my cheeks. I think maybe just on the forehead I went a bit too hard. Okay, let's try. I might try my sponge first. So try and tap that down a bit. So I think that helped, and then I'll take my powder brush and the powder. And this is a BK 103 brush. I think this is technically supposed to be a bronzer brush, so I've thought about possibly getting another one of these because I do really like it for powder. But I don't know if that would be a little bit confusing. I'm still kind of seeing a line on my forehead. The other brush I got to try out, by the way, this is from the IT Cosmetics for Ulta. This is their tapered bronzer. Let me just go ahead and try this one out. This was half off during the, well, it used to be the 21 Days of Beauty, but during the Ulta sale. And they may or may not do a day where they kind of offer all the deals again. So this might do the trick. Okay, I think that's good enough. Not really the point of the video. I like it. I don't know if it's everything I hoped it would be, but I'll probably do some kind of roundup of like rosy bronzers or bronzers that pretend to be rosy anyway at some point. Okay, so I think a tiny bit of creasing on the concealer, but not bad. So I'm going to try this mascara out. So this retails for $7, and it is a dark chocolate volumizing mascara, and it says cookie batter. So hourglass brush is what it says, and pretty basic component, I guess, but the kind of cap to it is nice. It has a bit of a texture kind of feel to it with all the different cookies. And this one, yeah, it has like your rubberized wand to it. So this isn't normally my preferred wand type, but it's actually kind of nice for the lower lashes because I'm not trying to get a lot on there. Especially not trying to get it on the actual skin. So first impressions of a mascara are kind of difficult anyway. It doesn't appear to be super brown, if that's what you were after. I mean, it is. I have pretty blonde lashes as well, but I don't know that you can really, you know, appreciate the brownness of it at this point. Okay, so I guess blush is next. So this I picked up because State of Kate recommended it. It's the Revlon blush in Rosy Rendezvous. And this, as I understand it, has been out for a while. So I'm just going to take my Dirty Rephr 5. There's definitely some kick up there. Maybe add a little bit more kind of rosiness to the cheek. And again, if I feel like I need to just blend a little bit more, I'll take my powder brush. This doesn't have anything else on it, but just to soften a little bit. So for highlighter, there are two options. These are Girl Scout Cookie Icing Luminous Highlighter, and again we have trefoils and coconut caramel. These retail for $8, and I have a feeling that one of these is going to be too deep for me, but I went ahead and picked up both. So that is what the component looks like. It's very interesting here. I'm not sure exactly how this works. Oh, it's a wand. Okay. I thought it was some kind of like Charlotte Tilbury looking thing. Okay, so that is the trefoil, and that's still a tad deep, but I think I can make it work. And then coconut caramel. I think if they didn't make this clear, it'd be a little bit more obvious. Okay, yeah, and that's much more bronzy. So you could probably use this in different ways if you have a lighter complexion, maybe as like a luminous bronzer, possibly on the eyes, but I'm just going to stick with the lighter shade. And let's see if I'm feeling very matte at the moment. I think that's pretty. Blended in well. And this is an already powdered base. I think just be careful when you're like tapping it in, because I think it could pick up a little bit, especially since I am so matte. If you apply it on your base before you set it, then you know, things can kind of melt together a little bit more. I think I need a little bit more on this side. I'm not mad at it. I don't know that it's something you need to run out and buy, but it's not bad. Okay, so I think I do need to set my brows though, because they're kind of driving me nuts. I'll just use the Anastasia one. I'm sure I have a drugstore one somewhere, but. So there's 3 additional lip products. They call these lip markers on the website, but on the packaging they're just called lip colors. So these retail for $7, and we have the Thin Mints, the Coconut Caramel, and the Trefoils. They really stuck with those kind of classic ones, I guess. So this is the Trefoils. Again, it has kind of a like slightly textured plastic, and yeah, they're just like a lip crayon. And they do have a sharpener on the bottom. You want to always check for that. So I guess I can just do some lip swatches here. So this is the Trefoils. They are a lot creamier than I thought they'd be. Granted, I am kind of applying over the remnants of that lip oil, but yeah, they're definitely more of like a cream kind of formulation. So that one is nice. Velvety Smooth Lip Marker. Yeah, when I hear lip marker, it does say lip marker on this package. I don't know why the outer package is different. When I hear lip marker, I think it's going to be like a stain. And then next up, going with Thin Mints. It says inspired by the chocolate of Thin Mints. I was just looking to see whether it said these were like scented or anything like that. So again, cute packaging. Much more of a brown, obviously. Not sure this is really going to be my color. Fair bit of pigment though. Yeah, not really my color, but nice to have it as an option. And then finally, hopefully this one is a good color. This is Coconut Caramel. Looks like this one might have a little bit more pink to it. And I think my lips are already a kind of touch stained as well. Yeah. I mean, it's not, swatched next to the other one is, I guess, a touch more beige. But I wouldn't say it's like, it's cool in comparison to the other two, but it's still, I think, a bit on the warm side. Not bad though. So yeah, so those are the 3 shades before I wipe them off. And I think the last thing we have to talk about here is the nail products. So these retail for $8 a piece, and they have basically the same set and shape of the nails, just in different colors. So these are, do they even have different names? Maybe not. But it's the Girl Scout Handshake. And so we have red, blue, and green. And obviously I'm wearing the green ones. I did buy a second pack that I could put on for this video just to show you. And then they also have some separate nail stickers. These retail for $7. And just so you know, the nails do come with some stickers. You can see on my ring finger here, I put a little daisy. I tried to do more, but to be honest, they kind of tore a bit coming off the sheet, and so it was really difficult to get one off the sheet and onto my nail in one piece. And I was using like tweezers and all that. I mean, personally, I think the nail stickers by themselves, it's kind of a ripoff. I would, if you're interested in the stickers, maybe buy these for an extra $1, because these are $7 and the nail stickers by themselves are $8, and you already get some stickers. And like I said, they're a little bit difficult to apply. So I don't know, that way you can kind of hedge your bets. I think you can see maybe up in the top corner there, I tried to take off that purple daisy and it kind of started to tear. So as far as the nails themselves, so these do come with adhesive tabs, which I tried out to begin with, but they do also come with some glue, and you get like the alcohol wipe and a little emery board to kind of buff your nails and that kind of thing. Kind of your standard press-on nail accoutrement, if you will. I would say don't waste your time with these unless you only want them to be on for a few hours, because like I said, I did try those initially and they basically popped off. So yeah, so I would recommend going with the glue. And they do seem to be, I think, normal kind of adult nail sizes. So I think I would only recommend these to someone that already likes press-on nails. I mean, the nails themselves aren't that exciting or unique maybe, so I don't know. I'm trying to like think of who these would be for. I mean, if you want, I guess, green nails, for example, in this particular kind of Girl Scout color, then maybe go for it. But yeah, I would only recommend these, I think, to like an adult or teenager, someone that has pretty much like full-size hands. I don't think, number one, the nails go probably small enough for younger fingers, and I don't think I would recommend using nails on kids unless you are going to use these adhesive tabs, and if they fall off, they're not going to do a lot of damage, because if you do remove your nails before they're kind of ready to come off, they can damage your natural nail, and you don't really want to do that. So maybe if you have a young Girl Scout, you can maybe share the stickers with them, try to apply some to their nails, and they'll still get kind of that experience. Yeah, so I applied these on, I think, St. Patrick's Day, so 2 days ago. It's the 19th today, so maybe 3 days. Yeah, the ones that I had applied with the adhesive tabs, I think I had to reapply with the glue. I maybe had one come off that I applied with the glue, but maybe I didn't like press it down kind of enough. Like, I don't want to go into a whole video about best tips for applying press-on nails, because I don't know that I'm the best person to do that, but really you want to kind of press down pretty firmly, and I usually try to press down in the middle and then just kind of roll my finger to either side to make sure that kind of the curvature of the nail is matching up with the curvature of my finger. You also can kind of like try to slip them on under the cuticle a little bit so they look kind of more natural. So those are two things to think about. Yeah, I'm just not normally a press-on nail person. Even if I try to be patient and all that, I find that usually I end up with some damage. It's also can be a little annoying dealing with the glue if there's any kind of glue seeping out the sides. One thing you can do that I did on like this finger, for example, I have the Static Nails Pop-On Nail Remover Dissolvent. Is that the full name? But yeah, it comes in a bottle like this. So I used some Q-tips and just kind of dipped it in and used that on the top to kind of remove any excess glue. So that's one thing you can do. I think they do recommend to like fully remove them just to like soak your hands in warm water. This is also supposed to be good for removing nails that are more firmly attached still. Yeah, and so other than that one kind of nail that popped off almost immediately, I will say that I've been doing a fair bit of cooking. I've washed my hair once since then. When I wash dishes, I usually put gloves on, and I haven't been going to town with like cuticle oil. So depending on how long you want the nails to stay on, there are things you can do to try and prolong the wear or to speed up the removal, whichever you're after. So yeah, so that's kind of a mixed bag for me. I mean, at $8, it's not terrible. But as far as the other items, I think the headbands are cute, and it's nice that they do fit adult size heads. I imagine they would fit smaller heads as well. They just wouldn't be as stretched out. So if you are the mother of a Girl Scout maybe, or the father, you could have like a parent-child like spa night, could be kind of cute. The lip oils, I think, again, if you just want something with the branding, I don't think this particular component, once you get out of the packaging, is anything that exciting. But if you just wanted something, I mean, thinnish lip oil, but it seems serviceable. But yeah, I think these would be like age appropriate for a teen, younger teen, or middle schooler, I guess. The shadows are decent. If you just want something from the collection, because it's a Girl Scout branded collection, I don't know that those are where I would go first. But I think, you know, you're able to make them work. The mascara, I need to use it on my top lashes, I guess, but that would probably be a skip for me. The primer was actually kind of surprising. I don't think it's ideal for my skin type or tone, but especially if you have a deeper complexion and you have more oily skin, then that could be a really great product for you. The powder puffs are really cute. I mean, if you're going to pick up anything just as kind of a nostalgia keepsake type thing, just to have a little bit of the collection, this might be my top recommendation, in part because, you know, it's not going to go bad or anything, so that's a plus. You do get 2 of them. The lip markers are nice if you like the colors, and I already talked about the nails at length. And the bag, whatever, it's okay. Like I said, I probably would have picked it up if it were available, but I don't feel the need to go back and pick it up now. So anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful or entertaining. Let me know down below if you were a Girl Scout or what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is. I'd have to say mine is definitely Samoa's, but I know a lot of people are huge fans of Thin Mints as well. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, but I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.